My name is Rebecca Hoare, and this is who I am. I was born on September 5th, 1990 in Elkins Park, Pennsylvania, and I was brought up in Bensalem until my parents decided to move to Churchville, Pennsylvania because the school district was amazing in that area, and also family was very, very, very important to my parents, and they wanted to bring up their children in a very loving and caring environment, and Churchville was just the perfect place for that. My parents are like yin and yang because they came from two completely different styles of life. My mother was adopted when she was a baby to my grandmother Joan, who actually adopted 3 other children as well. And my mom lived a pretty comfortable lifestyle except for all the doctor's visits. The reason why she had doctor's visits is because they thought that she had really bad allergies, always coughing and always having coughing attacks. But at 32, my mom found out that she had a disease called cystic fibrosis, which is a disease of the lungs and liver. But thankfully, my mom only has it in her lungs. And the reason why it's so bad is because she has trouble breathing sometimes, and the mucus is not being clearly moved throughout her lungs, so she always has to cough to get it out rather than her lungs doing it for her. It's a disease that she will have all her life. My mother now runs a preschool at our local church where she runs and directs the whole entire shebang, and she's also a substitute teacher for when her teachers don't show up. She also works for Starbucks to have some cash on the side, but she also loves the benefits that Starbucks has to offer. My dad was actually not born in America. He actually isn't even an American citizen. He was born in England, and to be very specific, he was born in the country of Wales, which you could technically say is a state of England. Wales was home to the late Princess Diana because she was called the Princess of Wales. My dad's father worked in the military, and his mother worked for a shoe company called Clark's because women just love shoes. Now, my dad went to boarding school, but he didn't go to college because in England you don't have to, but he always wanted to travel to America, so in 1988 he hopped on a plane and traveled to America. When my dad came to America, he actually met my mom at a Halloween party, and from there he instantly fell in love with her, got married, and together they had 2 wonderful kids, myself and my little brother. I love my little brother. He is like my other half. He actually has a form of autism called Asperger's, but he doesn't even show it. He acts like a normal boy, and he's wonderful. He's so gifted and talented at school and everything. He's also a singer in the choir too. Now, since we're siblings, sometimes we don't get along, but most of the time he's my rock and he's everything that a little brother should always be. High school was the best 4 years of my life because not only did I stay on top of all of my academic schoolwork, but it was also where I found my true passion for the arts, especially theater and music. Music to me was slightly more important than theater, but I did them both consistently throughout high school, which to me was a lot of fun. In the choral program, I participated in an all-females ensemble called Bel Canto, and every year we sang at the Academy of Music during the Nutcracker performance as the substitute for the Philadelphia Boys Choir. I also participated in events like the PMEA District and Regional Choir, and also helped to organize events with Grammy Award-winning group Take 6. And then my junior and senior year, I was selected to be part of the chamber ensemble that did everything from jazz to Baroque music. And then my senior year, the unthinkable happened. My choir went to England. It was an awesome experience because my brother and I knew the country very well because that's where my dad's from. It was wonderful to be immersed in the British culture and to learn more about their history, the way the people acted, and also to learn everything that we can musically. We performed in places like Gloucester Cathedral, Oxford, and Stratford-upon-Avon, and had a master class with King singer Jeremy Jackman. In Oxford, I was one of 2 soloists selected to sing a solo, and my solo was the Hoare Who Am I. But while I was in England, I chatted with the locals to learn more and more about their culture, and also through the masterclass I learned to use my voice to tell a story rather than just to sing a song. But unfortunately, the tour had to come to a close, and it was back with my chamber choir to do more performances at baseball games and just regular school choir concerts. But of course, high school has to come to an end, so after 4 years I put on my cap and gown and graduated, ready to take on college. For the past 4 years, I have been working at Sesame Place, which is a theme park designed from Sesame Street, the TV show. Now at Sesame Place, I'm an entertainer, which means I dance in the parade, I walk around to protect the characters, I host the shows that we have there, and also I play characters at Sesame Place. Now, being an employee at Sesame Place means that we need to learn and understand the psyche of a child because their minds are very fragile and are willing to soak up information. And also at Sesame Place, we learn how to deal with an irate guest with a complaint, so we learn to deal with them in a very calm and direct manner. I'm currently now a supervisor at Sesame Place, which means I'm in charge of all the dancers, characters, and the hosts of the park. I am now a sophomore at Westminster Choir College, and I'm studying music education. While I was in high school, because I loved choir so much, and because A, I was good at music, and B, because my choir director said I should, he told me I should pursue a career in music. So I came to Westminster because I heard of its world-renowned choral program, and also I heard about its world-class teachers. And needless to say, they were completely right. The experiences that I've had could be nothing but surpassing of greatness. I have performed in many venues such as Carnegie Hall and Princeton University, and have been on a recording that goes live throughout the world. It's been a wonderful and enjoying experience, and I would never have it any other way. Now, as a sophomore, I decided to become president of a group called Jubilee Singers, which is the only choir of its kind at Westminster. It is a gospel choir which encompasses both gospel and spiritual music, which many people do not do at Westminster because it's generally very strictly classical. But I love Westminster with all my heart because it is like a family. Everyone is very nice and caring, and everyone loves what they do, and everyone has big goals and big aspirations, which is where I wanted to be. I wanted to be with people that share the same dreams and the same goals as I do, because everyone that values music values something else in their life, and that is something that many people do not get. So this is who I am, and I love who I am.